Seynabou, the Regional Gender and GBV, Gender-Based Violence Advisor for UNFPA in Eastern and Southern Africa region, based here in Johannesburg. For UNFPA, these 2 days are very important. And for us, it's part of our strategy of strengthening our partnership with parliamentarians. And this was a great opportunity to come together and work together in the elimination of female genital mutilation and child marriage. I think that parliamentarians are critical in the work that we are doing, because worldwide we have six countries that are having legislation to criminalize female genital mutilation, but the results are quite slow. So we want the partnership with the parliamentarian to land with a strong movement that will accelerate, not only at regional level only, but at country level as well, the elimination of FGM. UNFPA is working to eliminate FGM and child marriage at country level, at regional level, but at global level. We are running global programs that are supporting at the implementation of awareness raising, a community-based program. You've heard it earlier. Having laws is important, but making sure that the communities are understanding the risk and the vulnerabilities the girls and the women are exposed through those harmful practices are equally important. It's why UNFPA is partnering with stakeholders like governments, civil society organizations, religious leaders, parliamentarians, youth association, women association, because these are the custodians of the community work. They are at grassroots level, they are at community level, and they are influential. And sometimes they have their own networks that can go even deeper in communities, and they are trusted, they are respected, and they will help not only in the implementation, but in the monitoring of the progresses. They can identify challenges, and we together work on reducing those challenges and making progress in the area of eliminating gender-based violence and FGM. For interacting with them starting today, UNFPA had this history of working with parliamentarians since the historical conference in Cairo in 1994. We were supporting the network of ministers and parliamentarians throughout Africa. So for me, it's not like a new stakeholders or a new partner I'm working with. Maybe the Pan-African Parliament as an entity is a new partner. But even before coming, I knew that to be a woman parliamentarian in Africa, it means a lot of commitment, it means a lot of engagement, it needs a lot of courage. And I knew that I will be dealing with women of power and women of energy. And this is what we need in the work we are doing to make sure that we accelerate the movement to eliminate female genital mutilation and child marriage. You have seen the presentations, you have heard the discussion, and you've seen how the consequences are negative and are harmful on the sexual and reproductive health of girls, but of women. And in the long run, if nothing is done, it will affect the men themselves, because having in your entourage, half of your entourage or your family members being subjected to those kind of practices and suffering physically and psychologically and emotionally from that will affect your well-being anyway. The bigger expectation is really to identify actions at 2 levels. Action at regional levels and action at national levels to accelerate the elimination of FGM. We are creating that relationship at those two levels. You've seen countries are joining us, and the regional offices from Western Central Africa, from Arab State, and ourselves from Eastern and Southern Africa will be identifying opportunities to strengthen our collaboration concretely. Tomorrow, luckily, we'll be developing a plan of action. And we are not looking at those big plans that nobody will implement down the line, but we are looking at concrete and specific actions that will be accountable, collectively accountable. The Pan-African Parliament and UNFPA regional offices that will be implementing together. So these are our expectations, because as mentioned earlier, these are women of power and these are women from the community. So we are expecting to leverage on those two levels of the duality of the kind of powerful women we are working with. Now, lessons learned so far, a lot of things are happening at country level, at regional level. We need more of coordination, and we need more of sharing experiences. We have countries that are doing a lot of good work when it comes to the implementation of the legislation, the enforcement of the legislation. And you've heard the examples from Kenya, from Uganda, where perpetrators were prosecuted. And we have countries elsewhere where even passing a law is becoming a big challenge. So by being together for these 2 days, we are learning from each other. And this is an important part of the work we are doing, sharing knowledge, sharing experiences, and luckily we are hoping to have more outcomes out of it.